Nods. Yes, we call it the weird.
Oh yeah, the weird.
Yes, that was certainly an interesting being. The mist, do you think that it is sentient, perhaps? Or just a remnant of some sort of still lingering magical effect of some whatever being was here before?
Alchemist seems to think there is a sentience of a kind associated with the whole jungle, we think. The denizens of it can at times move as if directed by some force. A purpose, perhaps, but it is alien and strange and moves in very slow ways. It springs up and disappears quickly, however. It is hard to discern.
Does the singer sing?
Not right now, and the singer is eating.
Stop eating and start singing.
Does Tristan say that?
No. I kind of imagine that the way she looks in the picture, that is the look she's giving Tristan.
Yeah, certainly.
Tristan just likes her what looks like hair. Pink hair.
The sage nods and says, yes. Just recently another area sprang up, somewhat close to our borders. The alchemist nods. Yes. Problematic. We have had reports of a patch of blue substance, seemingly concentrated around a strange obelisk of some kind in the jungle. We have yet to investigate it.
Is there a way to sort of dispel or banish these weird substances permanently? Perhaps if it was some sort of blight or disease that could be, I don't know, expunged from the jungle?
Cured?
The alchemist considers, we have researched in that vein. It might be possible. However, powerful magics would no doubt be needed to heal these wounds. He seems to consider seem to think, yes, divine magic of some kind to heal and mend that could work.
Tristan will look at the alchemist and ask, so what are you looking for since you want a telescope?
The alchemist chuckles. It is mainly for the College of Dreams, young one. But the telescope is an interesting contraption. With it, we can study parts of the jungle from afar. We don't need to approach or risk many of our people in such pursuits. It is a great tool. We can learn much of the old gnomes' engineering from it. And also I have noticed, sort of looked at the rest of you, that gnomish submersible you have traveling around with. Miku told us about it. Quite interesting.
Useful, too.
The alchemist nods. That such relics still existed and in functional conditions from the old gnomish kingdom is remarkable. And do not worry, I will not take the contraption from you. I just think it is interesting.
We can't fit it in it.
Remember, he's an alchemist.
Rilinid begins to, just start, talking about, like, the curious properties. And then they could do the submersible, like how they found it, how the situation was in, how well built, how he went in. I made that sort of, like, coin flip situation for me.
Yeah, the sage nods eagerly and starts to interject also. Yes, quite curious. It's
know what?
and the alchemist sort of, blinks at this onslaught of talk.
And then Rain gets involved and starts helping as well.
When he blinked, which eye blinked?
Well, which one did you look at?
All of them.
And then you almost think all of them blinked.
Oh my god.
He does have that cruel smile.
But we just got this three-way conversation. He's just like, wait, what?
Alauneari just eats. Let them have their fun.
Let the
She'll have to
children
some point,
talk.
have a kids' table. They can alchemist and Rilinid at.
Yeah, it did, some time pass when incredible detailed descriptions of the submarines and finding thereof and working and stuff.
Just wait until it gets to the Himmelswar.
Oh, by the way, we found a flying ship.
At the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, it was
Help each other.
brilliant.
It's a lake. No. It's like I carried away here.
Well, let's tell us about that design.
It doesn't, he'll go on
Yes.
for several minutes.
You just ask him just how did he get so tall?
I eat my vegetables.
Cannibal.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yep.
Yes, that's normal in our culture.
No, vegetable and fungus is not the same.
Well, they eat their own dead anyway.
Oh, yeah.
After several minutes, Rilinid will remember how nervous he's supposed to be of the alchemist killing him. He'll stop and go back to the quiet contemplation of Shifty Eye.
And the alchemist is quite happy listening to all of this, and he will interject questions and stuff, and yeah, definitely be in a good mood.
Well, we did cough up their baby, so
Yeah, there you go.
we're kind of family.
Exactly.
If I cough up your babies, it means we're family.
That's
Oh,
You
that,
could stick that in the lines along with I stuffed my discount pixie inside the genie.
You coughed up my baby. That means we're family.
Well, Tristan was the only one who was thinking, so we're coughing up babies? And Miko's like, yeah. Oh, sorry about that. It's okay.
Yeah, a bit in to the feast. The singer will get up and sort of take place at a small podium a bit far away, and will start singing like a beautiful, like somber baritone tone, sort of echoing through the chamber. And it actually, anyone listening to it, you feel like uplifted and a little bit sad at the same time, like it's sort of lamenting something, but at the same time sort of giving you new courage to try again and stuff like that.
Rilinid interprets this to be lamenting his upcoming death.
Then Sakai throws up rainbow.
Alauneari thinks that, oh yes, we were once in a better place than this. We were in the Drow cities, and now we are no longer there. And then the hope, we will return though, and they will all hang from the nails to the wall. And she goes into thinking about revenge. That makes her smile and seem a bit happy.
Tristan thinks about what fungus do when they poop.
You don't think they?
I don't think plants poop.
No, they usually don't.
Well,
Rain
they're
thing-
not plants, they're fungus.
Rain thinks
Close enough.
about the 100 years of Trislan.
They grow out of poop, but I don't think they poop
That's true.
themselves.
Maybe they want a poop. That's the trading materials for.
Tristan tries to look behind the gardener to see if he has a butt.
She doesn't really see anything that she would.
Interesting.
Trislan wants to do her own experiments.
Yeah, the song sort of echoes through the chamber, and everyone seems to listen to it.
Where's the eyes on the gardener?
It is seems to be a little bit all over the place again. You don't really know exactly how it looks around.
Oh god, it's so scary. Gardener, I think there's weed in your garden.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe you should go take a look.
Not
Another garden. He's basically like the nanny of the.
Yeah, basically.
I think I can hear some mushroom crying. Maybe you should go take a look.
Someone tosses a screamer outside. Yeah. But yeah, the feast,
He
goes on.
doesn't leave.
And no, he
Oh.
doesn't leave.
Aww.
But by the end of it, everyone seems to be in a rather good mood. Some more skittish than others. But the alchemist will, at the end of it, sort of get up and look at all of you and say, "You came here with a lot of promises and talk, and I thought in the beginning it was mostly empty and boastful. But you have proven yourselves quite capable, I must say. You have returned lost items and new artifacts to the people of Xan. You have moved about my people, talked to members of our city, and I must say you have left a good impression on all of them. In the light of this, I would reconsider my position on your earlier proposal." Sort of considers. "As far as I and the Xan are concerned, we would be willing to discuss terms of an alliance."
Alauneari smiles. This is good. It takes her away from the thoughts of revenge. And although she understands that this is not the time to map out such details, it's a good thing. Happy, polite. Try to not say too much. She knows that this alchemist is quick to anger, and she doesn't want to anger him.
The alchemist seems to wait for some sort of reply, but if you don't give him one, he will.
There will sort of
Tristan can reply.
nod and say, "That is most fortunate."
Nods. We do not need to discuss the terms now. At the end of festivities, we can discuss it at a later date, at your convenience. For now, the Xan, the city, is open to you always. As long as you remain in our good graces, consider its markets and stores open for business. Nods.
Nods and thinks that it's peculiar that the alchemist has not commented upon the Skizral. He has indeed talked to Miku.
Maybe Miku didn't consider that important.
Because, alliance might be a term that we kind of want them to not.
Yeah, we always like, oh, phew, he liked the alliance with his kids. Oh, us.
I got it. He said, as long as you are within our good graces. That's what Rilinid heard.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants you actually to broach the subject.
So spiders, huh?
To and say, yes, it is most fortunate that we have achieved such an amount of trust with the people of Xan, because perhaps then our words weigh a bit more, weigh with a bit more strength and sincerity when you hear them.
Why is Zakari making a sense motive check?
I wondered because sometimes Zakari is pretty good at sense motive. I was like, maybe he's just totally bullshitting us. He's like, so are you gonna talk about the spider so I can release my wrath on you?
You wanted that.
I mean, he didn't even say it.
That's what he wants.
You get the feeling that the alchemist is genuinely happy right now.
Sure.
Good. Let's spoil that.
That's what Zakari thinks.
Unfortunately, I'm not in the head enough of my character and familiar enough with this situation. I think it's just disconcerting, like, how the hell do I broach up this topic with this millennial-old being about things that he perceives as hated enemies who do nothing but rip them apart? I don't think my character knows. And he's smarter than I
Alauneari is
am.
considering it. She's good at diplomacy. So she kind of thinking about this. She kind of wants to be the one to bring it up because she doesn't really trust others to be like.
So spiders, huh?
Yes, haha, funny joke. Yes, so spiders, huh?
Yeah, they have 8 legs.
Yes.
You could totally live in peace. I don't think Tristan would be serious enough to do stuff like that.
Let's just enjoy some more dinner.
Tristan feels even more disturbed about the gardener because he's so freaky. So she tries to look at Zyn while she eats.
Sure.
Just goes, Zyn, is he looking? Is he looking at me? Oh God, he's so creepy. He's not looking at me, is he, Zyn?
Oh my God.
I tell you, so many eyes.
Well, Alauneari will sort of look to the alchemist and sort of inquires to now that we have achieved such a status within your society and that we are to think of our future relations, perhaps there is something more we can do for you.
The alchemist looks at her.
After all, an alliance, your strength would be our strength and our strength yours.
Perhaps. What is it then you think of?
Get ready to take a 5-foot step back from the table.
No need. We're allies now.
He's gonna smack that table.
We have, as I'm sure Miku has relayed to you, visited the Skizral.
The alchemist, seems to grow a little bit still, but then it says, yes.
What are your thoughts on the information Miku relayed to you about the subject?
The alchemist sort of leans back a bit and seems to muse. The Skizral are voracious predators, and I think it was only by your slight recklessness and also your good graces with the spider people that Miku made it out alive, and also you yourselves. If you had not offered them the return of that, Skizral you saved on the Isle, you would have run the risk of being attacked, I would believe.
She nods and says, and so they would be rightful to do. Our people do not have the best reputations. If we had come here without first aiding Miku, I'm sure our welcome would not have been warm.
Alchemist nods. This is true. Your people still have a bad reputation in the city. You are, however, the exception.
She nods and says, and they will discover we are the exception as well. However, it seems then that there are more similarities between your two peoples than you care to admit.
The alchemist looks at her, and she gets the feeling that he's not too happy hearing that, but he doesn't really say anything.
It cannot be forgotten what either the Skizral have done to you, or what you have done to the Skizral in return. However, that might have come less from them being evil or so voracious they would destroy everything, and more just from not understanding each other at all. Alchemist, you have lived for far longer than I can fathom. Have you ever spoken with the leader of the Skizral?
The alchemist seems to think, and then he shakes his head. No. We sent some emissaries in the beginning, but they disappeared, never returned. Dialogue has since then been difficult to achieve.
I would say then that emissaries may Thirster thought to been killed by the Skisral. However, in light of finding the pendant within the Pale Hunter nest, it is possible that these emissaries vanished due to the other dangers, whether it be from Pale Hunters or fungal wolves to the north, or drow invaders, or be it from any other sort of problems.
The alchemist seems to consider. Do you know if any of your people have actually killed emissaries from the Xan?
Well, there sort of speaks of this. I do not think. I have not heard such tales. However, it is known that our people have, from time to time, entered the fungal jungle with the intent to catch your people for experimentation. This is not a good thing, but he's saying it is as it is. He knows about it. They would most likely not know an emissary from another Zan.
Alchemist seems to consider. Yes, that is likely, I suppose.
Is it not worth giving the benefit of the doubt?
I'm not so sure the benefit of the doubt. After all, there is still so much distrust. But I would offer, again, as another example, the Skisral eat meat. They hunt pale hunters, other sort of things they can chew. They have no interest in that which they cannot chew, and the Zan, on the other hand, feed off of spores. You do not compete for food. If you competed for food, it would be understandable that you would hate each other, but both of you could, as you have done, stay within the fungal jungle without starving the other.
The alchemist considers this and slowly nods. Yes, that is possible, I suppose.
What I would suggest, and again, this might be us out of our element and us not understanding the fungal jungle, but rather than an emissary, would you say it would be at least possible, or at least fruitful, if you and the white spider could meet face to face for yourselves? After all, you are certainly more powerful and more informed than any emissary, and if you two are slated to be enemies, it would be better for this to be confirmed by yourself.
The alchemist, lets out one of his deep rumbling chuckles and says, Me meeting the white spider, I should hardly think she would dare to leave the caverns of her mountain home. Do you think such a meeting is even remotely possible?
I do. After all, we have done so much for you and the Zan that you're even willing to entertain us speaking in this way. I think that she stays so entrenched in there in part out of fear for her children and for the future, afraid that the Zan will destroy her and her own for the same reason that you are concerned that the Skisral will destroy you and your own.
Perhaps as a gesture, any captive Skisral could be brought back to their people to show that you mean good faith.
The alchemist seems to consider.
Or at least are willing to entertain the prospect that this Cold War can be dealt away with. If you two are slated to be enemies, then it is best to get it over with.
The alchemist looks over to the sage and says, and seems to, say something or think something. The sage, nods and does a motion towards the alchemist. The alchemist looks at you again. It's the sage informs me that we currently have 2 Skisral in captivity in the College of Dreams. He sort of looks around. Your words have not completely swayed me on the prospect, but if you can convince the white spider to leave her caves and meet me at some sort of parley, I am willing to entertain that thought. He sort of motions towards the sage. Very well then, as a token of the Xan's willingness to end bloodshed, we will release the captive Skizral.
Oh, there one more. That is a good gesture. A start for better times, perhaps.
And the alchemist holds up a hand. Be warned, though, that we are wary of betrayal. Anything untoward from the White Spider or her ilk will be seen as an act of betrayal.
I would look at him. Is there anything then that you would request as a gesture of good faith from her and hers?
He seems to consider. We have lost people in her domains. I do not know how well she knows where her hunters roam. But anything she could bring back to us, you see, a sound that dies out there, these are motions out to the jungle, is lost to the song. Anything that can be brought back, added back into the song, is a good thing. He shrugs. Perhaps it is true, as you say, that this has been entrenched for far too long. You have impressed me greatly. And as such, I am willing to extend this hand towards the Skizral on your reputation, as it were.
Rilinid suddenly has a panic flash of what happens if the Skizral are lined.
Then they get killed, right?
Yeah.
And then the problem is dealt with. And we lured her out to die. And we have saved the sand.
Yes, I'm sure that's how it'll be interpreted.
Didn't the Sand say that we're allies as long as we don't do anything stupid?
Yeah.
I would say bringing them out like that and this Skizral attack them is one thing stupid to make them do.
I know.
It'd probably be bad for everyone.
Yeah.
Now the problem is how to get the White Spider to actually go out. I mean, I don't think she has any imagination of being able to take on the sand.
She can apparently see the future, man. She knows what we've done.
Oh.
It's okay.
She's surprised. She's like, "What?
Betrayed us. You were going to betray me."
I know it.
Well, how did you not know it beforehand? You were supposed to see the future."
You're gonna sell me out as soon as you reclaim Dorisia. Yeah, maybe.
I mean...
Like Alauneari flashes. She has already designed the rooms where they will be strapped down for experimentation.
The thought had
Like
crossed my mind.
she will pin the legs of the White Spider to like a blackboard and then hang her up as decoration in her insect collection.
Yes, that'll go over well, no doubt.
Yes.
Disturbing.
I'm gonna be like Tina here. Spiders aren't insects. Come on.
Alauneari
It's
doesn't
actually
know,
one of the commons, I think.
and she doesn't care.
I did not say that, but
That
it's...
Obviously you didn't. You were talking about how pale hunters aren't dinosaurs.
Well, they're not.
Yes, I was mimicking that sentiment.
Yeah, I can hear that in your voice.
Apparently you couldn't, gosh. Why don't you go hang out with your bad friend already?
It's my bad friend, come on.
Nope.
Yeah, don't bring Sheba into this.
Where is it anyway?
It's in the submarine freaking out.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
Oh, I
with
forgot.
it's with the lizard and Ivy and me.
Oh, sure.
Where's the orc?
It's in the
There as
submarine.
well.
With everyone else, they're all talking about plans to overthrow us. Me is
Yep.
happily agreeing.
They've made their own party.
Me is chewing at the candy and nodding.
Me can be like their level 1 barbarian.
Me is high on sugar.
Rages and
1
short.
plus 16.
And that is the story of how me had more hit points than Alauneari.
There you go.
I mean, it seems we have talked something out now. It's good.
Yay.
I don't feel like broaching anything else with the alchemist, do you?
No, it's really all right now. I think we probably pressed this as far as we can get it.
You know,
So how about money?
No. So
Probably not a good idea.
we can stay here for, maybe some time. Maybe ogle the shops now that they've all changed and adjusted themselves. Maybe someone studied Rae'nkalar's rebreather and like, oh, this is cool. Maybe, just for like experimental purposes. And then
Exactly.
perfect. That's right.
I don't think Tristan wants to stay puking rainbows. And,
Great.
She can buy her own breather.
well, in the city?
Well, if Rae'nkalar shares the secret of the breather, maybe